park. Mrs. Martin and others you work with get paid minimum wage. They work very hard for very little money, but they all think about their 2 weeks of vacation time a year and retirement after 45 years of service. These are good people and I like Mrs. Martin. Why are you making fun of them? I may sound unkind because what I'm trying to say is a harsh reality most people don't want to accept. Their vision on life is too narrow and they don't see the trap they've walked into. Tell you what, how about I stop teaching you two and just give you 25 cents an hour instead? Doesn't that 25 cents an hour sound good? Not really. I want to be rich. Okay, let's make it $1 an hour. That sound better? Robert's heart was racing. That much money for a kid was insane, but he wanted to be rich because he knew taking this offer meant no more lessons from Rich Dad. And Mike kept looking to Robert to see what he'd say. Not $1 an hour. $2 an hour? That's the highest I've offered here. In 1956, getting $2 an hour would make any kid be like a king. Earning that kind of money as an adult was good, let alone a kid. Not for $2 an hour if you stop teaching us. I understand. You wanted $5 an hour. Robert almost couldn't even breathe at this point, but he knew his answer was no. Saying no was too difficult, so he just shook his head instead. Good on you two. Most people have a price. This comes because of two emotions called fear and greed. This also causes a pattern to emerge in people when they get more money. It makes a pattern? The pattern I like to call the rat race. The rat race means that when people get more money, they just think of ways to spend it. They increase their incomes, so in turn they increase their spending, and it just keeps going on and on. There's something more to making money? There sure is, son, but only a few people ever notice since most people are so narrow-minded in their thoughts. So what's the other way to use the money other than spending? The first step before any of that is to tell the truth. We didn't lie. Yeah, we've been honest. You worked 3 more weeks with no pay. I came in and asked how things were, and you both said it was okay. You don't have to say it aloud to anyone, but never lie to yourself. Instead of admitting the truth of how they all feel, people lie to themselves and fail to think with passion. They think about the fear of not making money and it clouds their thoughts. Fear just keeps them in a trap of going to work and spending everything they make to feel better and justify their cycle. That's what I want to teach you boys. Just being rich doesn't solve your problems. Simply getting rich and spending all you make keeps you inside the rat race. Getting out of the rat race takes desire and passion. Being rich doesn't solve all your problems? Isn't that why Mike and I became partners? Yes, being rich won't solve all your problems. In fact, once rich people are stuck inside the rat race, they have the greatest fear of all. Their fear builds with their wealth because they don't want to lose it all. But that being said, people who say, I'm not interested in money, are just lying to themselves. That's why they'll work at a job for 8 hours a day where their only purpose is to be there to make money. So don't work for money until all fear and greed are gone? That would take too long and would leave out something important. Be truthful with your emotions and use your mind in combination with them. Your emotions will bring you passion and your mind will bring you success. What do you recommend to us? I recommend that you use your emotions to fuel your desire to learn about money. Don't be afraid of money. Understand it. Can you explain a little more? Once a person gives up searching for more knowledge and understanding, that person's vision begins narrowing again. You need passion to make you want to keep learning new things, but you need your mind to be willing to learn what's out there. After their conversation with Rich Dad, they began thinking about ways to use their passion for making more money a reality by observing and thinking about possibilities around them. One day they saw Miss Martin cutting comic book covers and throwing them into a cardboard box. After asking why, it was mentioned that there was a way to get credit with a distributor of comic books and get some older comic books for free or a discount as long as they weren't resold for a profit. This was an opportunity that they saw only because of their passion for wanting to make money and their open-minded observations and thoughts. They began listening and following Miss Martin's advice and started accumulating a large pile of older comic books using the credit-based system with the distributor. Robert and Mike started a library for comic books. Kids could come in and read as many pages as they wanted for a set price. This meant that they were never reselling and they were keeping their agreement with the distributor while still making money. They hired Mike's younger sister for $1 a week to run their operation. She also got to read the comic books in her free time. For 3 months, they averaged about $9.50 a week. After 3 months, some troubles started occurring. Fights were breaking out because bullies wanted to read the comic book that somebody else had already picked up. By Rich Dad's suggestion, they shut down the library to avoid further complications that could arise from parents. Regardless, he was excited to see what they had done. He knew there was so much more he needed to teach them, and Rich Dad had given them so much more than $5 an hour was worth.